Hey guys, my name is Peter Lance. I am a technical game artist in training. Today I just wanted to show an update of Air Current, a game I've been working on in my free time. Um, so the first things first, there's the basics of a combat system that have been added, so I can target onto an enemy player, walk around them, and then take a few swings at them, like this. And if you're the one getting swung at, you can block, like so, and target to make sure you're blocking the right direction. Um, as the combat system develops and I start perfecting it, assuming the way I have it right now will work out, the animations will be more final than they are now. I think the stagger animations from the previous one I had that didn't work. So, yeah. Let me take out the second player so I have a bigger screen to show you stuff. Also, there's animated faces. So now Liz's eyes are moving, she blinks, and also she can talk.
You should be playing more games like Air Current.
Obviously that's a test line, but it's the one I'm going to be animating the characters' faces to so that they look like they're talking.
You should be playing more games like Air Current.
Depending on which debug button I press, she'll say that line in a different manner, so I can press debug button number 4 and she'll say that line in an angry way.
You should be playing more games like Air Current.
So just to kind of squeeze some more emotion out of the facial animation system. Around here, and this is probably the thing I think most people will notice, is there's kind of like a much larger environment now. I've been working on some modular castle pieces that will allow me to kind of build whatever castle I need to for each level that you can play against your friends on. It's important to me that the castle stays modular because I don't want to be stuck with a single map design. Like if I modeled an entire environment as one model, I don't want to be stuck with that layout in case the gameplay doesn't work out. I want to be able to block things out and test out my game's gameplay on each level block out without having to redo stuff, and it'll save time creating artwork. So that's kind of the reasoning behind trying to make stuff hyper modular. I'm going off of a very much a grid-based design footprint, you could say, as Bethesda calls it. I'm a little bit nervous that things will start looking repetitive since I'm kind of using the same wall block everywhere. So I'm going to find some ways to really break up the environment, like adding ivy on walls and maybe having several different types of walls I can switch in and out. So far it's working quite nice, I'd have to say. I've been updating my portfolio recently, and to kind of help get pictures of my characters posed, I created this little dummy character that lets me change what animation she's using. Oh, I think that's Additive Animation. We'll try this one. Yeah. I can change whatever pose she's in using different animations I already had programmed into the game, and change kind of the position I'm looking at in each animation. And also with the new facial animation system, I can kind of change the character's face, have them look around any way I want them to, and change their eyes. So it's very handy. I can even like change the character altogether and change what if they have a sword sheath or not. And something I'm proud of is wireframe. You just wireframe whatever character you're looking at, and it'll just update to all your settings. So that's really useful. Um, I don't know if anybody's gonna notice this, but the way the characters are being rendered is a little bit different than most games. So typically, you're using like metalness, roughness, diffuse, and maybe specular as maps. Um, in my game, there's only one map, which is the diffuse texture, and in order to make it look vibrant and like almost as if it has subsurface scattering, but not really, um, I'm simply just plugging my diffuse map into the base color slot. I'm also plugging it into specular so that the reflection that comes off the character is the same color as their diffuse. Um, that's being done through this node. I'm also doing, I think, I forgot how much metalness. I think it's about 0.5. We'll check in here. Yeah, 0.5. And then for roughness, we're doing, because stuff doesn't really reflect in a cartoony art style, I'm doing 0.9 roughness. So I am using PBR in this game, but it's in a way that's kind of weird. Um, it's more to kind of trick the engine into rendering the characters as having like being super colorful. Um, and that's being applied everywhere in the game. And that's because I have this handy material function that handles like the different settings I have set up for this system. So if I decide everything should be 100% rough, I can change that right here. And it's not a big deal. So, there's stars added to the game. I think I already covered the ocean in a previous video, but I added some stars that don't really tile. There's several material tricks that I don't really want to go into as to how that works, but the gist of it is I'm repeating a texture across the sky and using different channels of that texture to block out individual stars and clumps of stars to give the illusion of a huge texture. So, yeah. I think that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. And I think to finish up this video, I'm just gonna run around since I don't post too much gameplay of this. Something I'm gonna be working on in the future is making the gameplay feel a little more smooth. If you'll notice when I try wall running, it feels a little like snappy and clunky. So I think I tried to get too fancy with the collision box of the character, like by trying to turn it into a sphere instead of a cylinder when they're in the air, and trying to rotate the character in midair. So I'm gonna try and keep it more simple code there. Let's try and get to the top of this tower. I don't think I can. Oh, wait. Oh well. So yeah, that's the update for air current. Thank you for watching, guys.